Hello and welcome to this edition of the News in English on Rwanda Television. My name is Serge Nhore. We'll begin with the headlines. The Communist Party of China and the RPF Inkotanyi Party have signed a cooperation agreement geared towards helping to address regional and global challenges. Young Rwandans living in the diaspora have again been reminded to be patriotic and strive for the development of their motherland. Now the details. Thank you again for taking the time to join us. The Communist Party of China and the RPF Inkotanyi Party have signed a cooperation agreement geared towards helping to address regional and global challenges. We have the details on that.
How are you? I'm pleased to see you.
On the first day of his visit in the country, the Minister of the International Department of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China met with the Secretary General of the RPF Inkotanyi Party. And following a meeting, an agreement of cooperation was signed between both sides.
We are here, first of all, to cheer and to show our admiration for the wonderful economic and social development in this country that is being achieved under the wise and strong leadership of President Kagame, and also by a path of development that is being led by the RPF. So we show admiration, and also we are here to express our gratitude and our appreciation for the strong relationship and cooperation between the Communist Party of China and the Rwanda Patriotic Front, and also between our two countries. So the Secretary General and I, we resolved to carry on with this strong relationship, and we will work together for the common development and prosperity of our two countries. So we'll continue to support each other for development in Rwanda and in China.
The agreement signed will assist in the exchange of knowledge and experience in leadership matters between the two parties, so much so an RPF Leadership Academy is to be constructed as a result.
We have signed a memorandum of understanding. It is a framework agreement actually to capture all that has been said here, be it in our usual cooperation that covers the areas I have just mentioned, but mostly the people-to-people cooperation relationship, which actually have to translate all that we are thinking of in terms of development, but to have them owned by the people themselves and to allow the people to interact so as to make all this effective. So the framework agreement we have signed today is not something new, because we have been working already on those different sectors, but it is just a matter of formalizing what has been done so far and what will be done in the future.
Discussions were also held on Rwanda's developmental journey over the last 29 years, as well as the future of China-Africa relations in general and the Asian countries' bilateral relations with Rwanda in particular. Earlier in the day, the Minister of the International Department of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China had also visited the Kigali Genocide Memorial at Gisozi.
I was deeply saddened by what happened 29 years ago in this country. The whole world failed to prevent, and we feel sorry that this thing happened. But I think what is more important is really for the Rwandan people to stand up again, to embark on a new road for national prosperity and sustainability. And also I think what is more important, and we admire the Rwandan people and the Rwanda leadership for their strong spirits, and also the spirits of reconciliation. And also this reminds us of the possible challenges that the world could be faced with. So we strive for peace, for security, and also for harmony.
Rwanda-China bilateral relations are strong in several sectors that include diplomacy, trade and investment, technology, infrastructure development, and more. Seed multipliers here in Rwanda have commended the progress they have been making in their profession because it helps the country to avoid the cost of importing quality planting seeds. They also commend the role they have played in helping farmers in the country to progressively move away from subsistence farming and embrace more modern methods. The seed multipliers say they now have the capacity to start exporting their seeds and are seeking the international certification that will enable them to do so. Officials at the Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resources Development Board say the efforts of the seed multipliers in this regard are being fully supported. Rwanda currently has between 700 and 1,000 seed multipliers in different categories who multiply a variety of different types of quality planting seeds. Now, on Wednesday, the Minister of National Unity and Civic Engagement, Dr. Jean Damascene Bizimana, held a dialogue with young Rwandans living in the diaspora about Rwandan values, and he also urged parents to preserve and promote Rwandan culture by teaching their children about Rwanda's culture, even when abroad. Olive Nete has more.
In the culture training program, young people who live in the diaspora were taught some of the aspects of the Rwandan culture, such as dance, the Kinyarwanda language, Rwandan values, and more. Some of these children show that they are happy to be part of this activity.
I learned the values of being a Rwandese, like having friendship, having love, having loyalty, and so on, so on. And I learned like what we shouldn't be, as like we shouldn't be like jealous and stuff like that. And then in the camp, I learned how to dance, but I'm not there yet. But I feel like I could get better in it.
Rwandan values and how people growing up here traditionally live their life. I'm gonna try to implement them into my day-to-day life.
I learned, first of all, I learned how to do the traditional dance of Rwanda, and we were doing 3 different stages, and after that the minister came in and he started teaching us about different things, different aspects that we should have in life. For example, sharing. Another one was patience, and then there was a lot more.
Parents show that this program is useful because it helps children to understand their origins and culture. On Wednesday, the Minister of National Unity and Civic Engagement, Dr. Jean Damascene Bizimana, had a dialogue with the young people and discussed with them about the values of Rwandans. He also urged parents to contribute to preserving and promoting Rwandan culture by teaching their children about Rwanda's culture.
Ibyo byose rero icyo bifasha kuba umuntu wuzuye, kuba umuntu uhamye.
All of this assists children to grow up loving and knowing their country without acting as foreigners, and this also helps them to represent their country wherever they may be. And through this, they get to know Rwandan values because we Rwandans share the same values, and those values are not for the people who are in the country only, but also Rwandans in the diaspora. Our country has opened up its borders. Rwandans have the right to live wherever they want, but wherever they may be, they need to love their country and strive for its good. And when they start at a younger age, like these young ones, it assists them to grow with those values, and those values assist them in becoming good people with good behavior.
Almost 140 Rwandan children and youth living in Switzerland, Belgium, and the United Kingdom are in Rwanda to learn about Rwanda's culture through the Rwanda's Culture and Education Program. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Now back to the agricultural sector. Inyanja Industries has launched a campaign urging milk consumers to also drink milk that has been ultra-heated, that is undergone ultra-heat treatment, which allows it to have a longer shelf life of between 6 to 9 months. Olive Nete continues.
This kind of flavor is processed using the ultra-heat treated process developed by the Inyanja factory with the help of Tetra Pak company, which has this technology that allows the flavor of milk to last for a long time. Cooperating with Tetra Pak helped the Inyanja factory to increase the amount of milk it processes per day, as the managing director of Inyanja Industries, James Biseruka, explains.
The first thing that we gained by working with Tetra Pak is the technology. As I told you, Inyanja initiated its activities in 1997, and by then the factory was small, producing only 500 liters per day. But our objective was yes to increase the factory's production but as well as promote our farmers. But as the market kept expanding as well as the productivity, we wanted quality milk. We continued to get milk from farmers, but also in large quantity for the market.
In this campaign, Inyanya in Tetra Pak show that this type of milk is good for health because of the nutrient it contains. Jonathan Kinusu, the managing director of Tetra Pak, a food processing and packaging solutions company, points out that they both assist large and small companies in processing and packaging their products.
We have something for everyone, and our objective is to nurture customers so that one day they can grow up to be as big, if not bigger, than Inyanje. So we do work with a spectrum of customers, and we will encourage you to grow. So don't worry if you're small. Come talk to us and we'll see how we can help you nurture your business to where you want it to grow.
The Inyanya Industries points out that it has been expanding its activities since it started working in 1997, where it used to process 500 liters per day, and now it processes 25,400 liters per day. Tetra Pak, which has a headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya, has been operating in East Africa for 65 years in 13 countries. Olive Nete, RTV News.
IPER has trained professional accountants on tax reforms to curb the avoidance and evasion of taxes, because the Rwanda Revenue Authority has pointed out that not having enough knowledge on such matters leads to such crimes. Olive Nete once again.
In a 3-day conference held in Rubavu district focusing on tax reforms in Rwanda, professional accountants from different companies were briefed on the changes made to different types of taxes in order to facilitate tax collection, attract investors, and increase the number of taxpayers. The Commissioner for Strategy and Risk Analysis Department at Rwanda Revenue Authority, Murasi Innocent, says that professional accountants are exposed to mistakes due to not having enough knowledge about this, and that this often leads to gaps in tax compliance. The CEO of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants in Rwanda, Amin Miramago, noted that training professional accountants about the reforms that have been made in taxes aims to help them carry out their duties professionally and efficiently. According to Pascal Ruganintwari, the Commissioner General of the Rwanda Revenue Authority, when they start applying the reforms made in tax collection, professional accountants are expected to participate in its enforcement. The tax collection will increase the country's gross domestic product by 1% by the end of the 2025-2026 fiscal year. It will increase from 15.8% to 16.8%.
So that is the news for now. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I hope you're having a great week. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.